Hello, this is Jared from Graphly. In this video, we'll cover the Product Revenue Report template. After clicking the Add Widget icon, search for Product Revenue in the top left search box. Then click on the widget box. First, select the chart type. I personally prefer column for this one, but any of these will work great. I'm also going to show the total number, which will appear here in the top right corner. Next, go ahead and click on the Options tab. The first step is to select the product or products that I want to report on. So I'll go ahead and choose one. Now what I can do is I can select just one product per widget that I create and set up these widgets side by side. Or I can add more than one product and either compare or combine these values together. If I want to subtract order discounts from the product revenue, I can go ahead and click this box, which is something that I will likely do. That way I'm not counting revenue that I didn't collect due to the discounts that were given. If you'd like to learn more about discounts and how those calculations are made, feel free to visit the support article by clicking on the blue question mark button. I also have the option to include refunded invoices. Now, I would say 9 times out of 10, most people will not include refunded invoices because it is revenue that you are no longer counting. However, there may be some who want to know, I want to know the total number of, basically the total amount of revenue brought in, and if we lost that order due to lack of fulfillment or poor customer service, we may have lost it, but I really want to know the total count. So anytime you choose this box and refunded invoices are included, that will take this number, which is being displayed in the top right corner, and increase it. It will always be higher when you include the refunded invoices, but like I said, most people will choose to exclude refunded invoices. Next step is to go ahead and choose the date range that you're looking for. And this really allows you to create all kinds of reports in the sense of whether you're looking at a week to date, at a specific month, at year to date, static dates, or a rolling range. So you can really get granular. You can create quarterly reports, and it's quite dynamic. Once you've chosen your date range, the next thing that you'll want to do is actually come in and select the criteria. Under the Criteria tab, you'll be able to take this single template and create all kinds of different reports with valuable insights as you combine the different criteria. So if we wanted to, we could say, we could actually use a couple of tag criteria here and say, show us everyone who is of this specific demographic, so maybe a VIP status, who doesn't have, and I could start typing something, who doesn't have the lead need statement in place, who has also purchased, and what are we choosing? One of these products, right? So I can get very detailed and say has this, doesn't have this, and made this purchase. Another way I might use tags is to change the contains any to contains all, which might help me understand a few insights as to the behavior that leads up to purchasing a particular product. For example, I might create a widget that has just a single tag in it, and so that would display a certain number of people who had that particular tag and purchased a particular product. And then I might come in and add some more tags. So I might choose another one down here and say, okay, now show me everyone who has both these tags and who has purchased a particular product. Then I might add in a third one, right? And so I can actually begin to compare and contrast across these different widgets where I'm creating individual widgets for each one for one for two, one for three, and say, okay, how does having one of these tags influence a sale being made versus how does having all 3 tags influence a sale being made? And of course you can also, like I showed previously, exclude any tags that you don't want to see here. So that's incredibly valuable. Similarly, there's also the ability to sort by lead source. So if you're wanting to see what Google pay-per-click did, for example, you can include that as a filter here, as a criteria that we're searching by. And this last one's really exciting. It's the ability to actually use criteria to determine whether or not a referral partner or referral partners help contribute to generating that revenue. So here are a few examples, a few ways of just using this one set of criteria. In the first example, I could go through and say doesn't contain any. And what I could do is I could actually begin to choose my affiliates, right? So I could choose some of these people who I know are in a particular program. And I could basically select my affiliates and help generate a report that would show me basically all the organic sales, or in other words, all of the orders that we were able to produce for a particular product that did not have a referral partner attached or assigned to them. So that's one report that you might create using this criteria. Another thing you might do is you might have an affiliate who is big on reporting, big on results, and wanting to measure those things. He might want to access your Graphley account. If you have a referral partner that meets that criteria, you could actually choose that person from the list and create a report widget and a dashboard just for them and give them access just to that dashboard. So you can actually create reports, it's really cool, for your referral partners and give them access within Graphley to see their reports in a way that is far more meaningful than what's included natively in the Infusionsoft Referral Partner Resource Center. Another scenario that we see really commonly is Infusionsoft users actually using the referral partner program for their in-house sales representatives. In other words, they have a sales force or a sales team who are set up as referral partners so that they can be tracked on their orders and revenue that they produce and also have commissions calculated. If you're doing that, the really cool thing is you can come in here, and if you're one of your sales reps, for example's name was Andrew, you could select him and create a report for a particular product or series of products that he has sold over a given date range. And if Andrew happens to be part of a larger sales team that you want to roll up the numbers to see how a particular team or group of representatives are doing, you can certainly do that here by adding all of the sales reps on your team who are, again, created as referral partners to roll up those numbers and combine them together. And as you can probably guess, you can take all of these things and combine them together so that you can generate very, very granular reports based on a series of criteria that will be meaningful to you. Imagine for a moment that this particular criteria returned 10 results. In other words, 10 different orders totaling $20,000 that essentially told you, hey, not only did we spend money to acquire the lead, maybe via pay-per-click or different SEO organic methods, but there was a cost there to acquire them and get them into our system. Then after the fact, so since the lead source isn't maybe referral partner, but it's actually, hey, this came through Google, after the fact, we then spend additional money to convert that lead into a sale because they clicked on one of these referral partner links or were registered to a particular referral partner. It's incredibly insightful for you to know that you're basically spending money twice to close this deal down. Now, obviously, I've only given a handful of scenarios of reports that can be generated with the product revenue template. From here, we'll let you get creative and customize it and create whatever it is your heart desires. And lastly, now that we've covered all of the options and criteria, I wanted to show you one more thing about the display of the chart. You can stack and unstack columns. And why would you do that? When you look at the options, we've got two products that we've added here. If we want to combine them and tally them up, we would most likely stack the columns so that we have both the individual values as well as the total value that they create when combined. If we're wanting to do more of a comparative analysis, we'll actually want to unstack those so that we can see these two products displayed side by side and get a really good feel for how they compare to each other. That's it for the product revenue report template. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop us a line at support@graphley.io. Take care.